So today is August 25th, 2015. And today we're doing a lot of housekeeping. And I want to talk about what our September calls are going to look like and that kind of thing. Okay, so let's go over just housekeeping if you want to write down dates and things that are going on. Jess, is that you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yep. We are just doing some housekeeping for now. So if you want to write down some dates. So starting September, August, what is it? 31st, we're starting the last group for the August month, and that's day one. So anyone that you have talked to in the last 2 weeks, you should have them in there already. Anyone that purchases from here on out, I would save until September. If you are not at Success Club yet, then go ahead and sign them up now if you want to get that Success Club in August. But you can always just put them in a group in September. So let's go over our groups for September. Right now, we have that teacher-only group that preseason September 7th. Even if you're not a teacher, I would still promote it because, a lot of us, we're young and that we have a lot of friends that are teachers. So even if you're not a teacher like Lauren and Stevie, I have a ton of friends that are. You are more than welcome to run a group by yourself that's more intimate if you have challengers that are not teachers. Like I have 2 girls that want to do it and they're not teachers. So I might just do a group just with the 2 of them. If someone has 1 or 2 they want to put in, that's fine as well. Just let me know. So I'm starting a teacher-only group. So Lauren and I, not you, Lauren, the other Lauren, we are leading that. And then I'm also doing another group just for normal people on September 7th as well. So I'm going to be a little overdrive this next month. And then Jess is going to lead the challenge group that will preseason the 28th. So that's the one at the end of the month. So what I always do is if I talk to people right now or the beginning of the month for September, I put them in that first challenge group. If I talk to someone in the beginning or in the middle of September and they miss that first group, then I put them in that last group that Jess is doing. Sneak peek will happen September 21st. I listened to the wake-up call for Monday morning, and it was excellent. I highly suggest listening to it. I'll post it on our page when we get off here. Let me make a note. I forget who it was. I don't remember names. There's so many names. But she spoke at Summit, and I was actually at her conference for Summit, and she's just really good. And she talked about how to get people in your sneak peeks and how to run your sneak peek. So I'm kind of fine-tuning ours, and we're going to do our own. We're not going to be with Revival anymore. We're going to do our own just because I feel like we're at a point where we can do that. So I've already done all of our sneak peek. I've revamped everything, and I have gone off of Melly Mitros, and I have done 5 calls. So instead of people reading something for 5 days, they're going to be listening to me for 5 days. So I have a short 5-minute video for each day, and it gives a little assignment. And it's just a sneak peek into coaching. It's the same thing that Laura does. It's just a video, and we're just going to be doing it by ourselves instead of with Revival. So we'll start that on the 21st. And what I do, which is what the call from Monday I heard her talk about, she doesn't, and I don't do this, I know some coaches do, she doesn't invite, just put people in it. She talks to people when their Shakeology orders up or, people that she feels, because you kind of can see in groups who's going to be a good coach. If they're posting, they're asking questions and that kind of thing, those are the people that are going to be good coaches. So she invites them, and it's no obligation, so it's no harm, and it's 5 videos, 5 days, and see if it's for you. So that'll be the 21st. That's just something a little bit new. The format we're doing it, as well as we'll just do it as Team Nova. And then we have Coach Camp. I'm sorry, I'm jumping around with dates. Coach Camp will start September 7th. So, Lauren, I know you have a coach. Does anyone else have a coach as of right now? Okay. So, Lauren, I'm thinking if yours is the only person, we're going to team up with Revival because it's not fun having a coach camp with one person.
Yeah.
One new coach. So unless I had several people in my sneak peek, if they end up wanting to do this coach camp, then we'll do our own. And what I'm looking to do is kind of separate from Revival and start doing our own things.
Right.
Just because her team is getting so large and our team's getting bigger. So, that kind of thing. So, if it is just your girl, then we'll just join Revival. And Laura knows that she's fine with that. So
cool.
We'll play it by ear, each month.
Cool. Sounds good.
Okay. So that takes care of, let me make sure.
Your call?
That takes care of, I think the housekeeping. Sneak peek. Yep. Not available. Why did I post that? I made notes for myself and I can't even read my notes. Okay, so this call's gonna be really short, but this kind of leads into what I was envisioning for September calls. So what I want to do is to get you guys more comfortable with talking about Beachbody and talking about you and your journey. And I think the best way to do that is talking in front of our teammates here. I've done it several times on calls with Laura and with Cody, and I feel like you have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, and the only way of doing it is doing those kinds of things. So what I'm thinking is either, I'm trying to think, probably 2 people each call. You'll sign up whichever day you want in September. We'll just tell us your story. Tell us why you're in this, why you're doing this, what's motivating you, what you want to succeed from this, what we want to know all about you. And this kind of shows or kind of helps you remember why you're doing this, and something I have to go back to a lot of times because, we do this every day and we go back and do the same things, form, invites, PD, challenge groups, and we kind of lose sight about why we're doing this besides the fact of helping others. What is our main goal here? My main goal is to be a stay-at-home mom for a couple years when I have kids, and it's not a second thought in my mind, do I take off for another year or not? Some people may laugh at that, but that's my goal. And I think it's easy to forget that when you're in the middle of, they didn't send this person the right challenge pack, or, oh my gosh, I don't want to work out today, or, I just need 2 more challenge packs. So remembering that kind of helps you through this as well, and it kind of keeps it fresh in memory. So I think telling our story and can also help each other, to keep us accountable. So I know what Lauren wants to do. I know what Stevie wants to do. I know what Jess and the other Lauren want to do. Okay? So I am going to take today. So I'm going to do my story. Unfortunately, my story isn't as savvy as some coaches are. But, they say that's okay. But they do say your story should make you cry. So it doesn't make me cry yet. But I'll rewind back to college. I was a Division I athlete. I swam in college all 4 years. And I could eat whatever the hell I wanted to. I swam about 4 to 5 hours a day and lifted and, did all kinds of dry land stuff, and eating wasn't ever a thought in my mind. Working out, someone told me what to do. So I never struggled with working out. It was just something that was part of my routine, but someone told me what to do. So after swimming ended, I moved back home, and I decided that I needed and deserved a break which, I mean, I did. I needed some time to stop doing swimming and, focus on myself and figure out what I wanted in life. And I still did a little bit of exercise. I joined the local rec center in Lancaster, and I struggled. I did pump maybe 2 times a week and drank the other 3 times a week. And I had no direction of what to do. I had no clue what to do when I went to the gym. I pretended to remember what I did when I swam, but I wasn't a swimmer anymore. So that led into a 20-pound weight gain in 2 years, which might not seem like a lot, but I never gained freshman 15 because I swam. So all of a sudden, I'm 20 pounds overweight and feel like crap. So I lost my confidence. I did not feel good in anything I wore. This was actually around the time that I met Mike. We worked together at in Hempfield School District, and I decided, so let me back up. I met some of his friends, Laura being one of them. Mike went to college with her husband. They were roommates, and we were meeting them for dinner one night, and she was talking about this Beachbody thing, and I had never heard of it. Like, never have it. I've ever seen it on my newsfeed. Like, everyone claims Beachbody's all over their newsfeed now. Never seen it. And she talked about P90X3. And I've heard of Tony Horan. I heard of P90X. I think the divers on our swim team did their workouts. So I was kind of interested in it. And, she told me what it was. And I was like, you know what? It's worth every penny for how shitty I felt, because I didn't want to continue a day more the way I felt. I was at the point when I said yes to this, I was in grad school. I was actually finishing up at grad school, and I was coming home to do my externships in Lancaster for the year, and I had no money. This challenge pack was actually like $200, so it was one of the most expensive ones. And I just said, I'll do this. I know I'll do it because it's $200 freaking dollars. So I gave it a try, and I lost 9 pounds in 3 weeks, which doesn't seem like a lot now because I could lose that in 21 days now with the 21-day fix. But I lost that in 3 – I'm sorry, did I say 3 weeks? I meant 3 months. And a lot of inches, though. I went from a size 8 to a size 4. So that to me was like huge. Like, yeah, I lost 9 pounds, but I went from a size 8 to a size 4. I was like, wow, that's amazing. So I was one of those that you guys all dread. I canceled Shakeology before I even started the challenge group. I knew it was something I wasn't going to be able to afford, and I canceled it right as soon as the package came. Didn't even give Laura the chance to say, hey, you can save on it. So I did the Shakeology the first month, and then I did it the second and third month. Come April, I was missing it, and I decided to do it again. Still at normal price, which I can't believe why I did that. I did not sign up as a discount coach until July. So I went April, May, June, paying full price without the discount coach, and then I signed up as a coach in July. After many, many attempts from Laura, I decided to become a coach. I literally went from January to July without signing up. And she was like, come on, you need to do this. You really need to do this. And then July finally was like, okay, fine. I'll do it for a year and see if I like it or not. And then I'll make my decision. So I remember, signing up, and I told my boyfriend, I was like, I'm a Beachbody coach. And he said, that's the dumbest thing you've ever done. Like, that's stupid. You're starting a job in a month. And I was in tears, and I called Laura, and we met for Starbucks, and we talked for 2 hours, and she talked to me about everything. And, her husband said the same thing, but now he's seeing the paychecks come in, and he's like, okay, I kind of like this. So, I kind of just ignored my boyfriend, and I wanted to prove him wrong. And I showed him my first paycheck, my first month. I had like a paycheck for $300. And he was like, oh, what's this? And then he was like, oh, I want to try Shakeology. And then he signed up as a discount coach. And then he got his mom to sign up. And now he's an Emerald coach. So like, it's kind of funny to look back at everything. And I kind of remind him of that sometimes. But anyways, so I was so scared. I was really scared. I didn't know if I'd get anyone. I didn't know the whole Facebook thing because I honestly was going to delete Facebook at this point. I was the one that was deleting friends. So I like went from like, so many friends to minus 500 in the summer because I was deleting people, which is the opposite of what you want as a coach. And I was curious if I'd run out of people. So I had all of those fears that, we had before we started. So that led to everything now. I mean, I went from so kind of self-conscious and so much almost like anger and hate with myself with what I allowed my body become to I feel stronger and I'm smaller and I'm more fit, I would say, than when I was a swimmer. I think it has to do with me putting the right foods in my body as well as exercising. Yeah, I had the exercise piece when I swam, but I did not have the nutrition that I have now. So, I mean, from everything with my story, my goal of coaching when I started out was to pay Shakeology. Then once I realized that was easy to do, I then decided I want to make a bigger goal and pay for my rent. After I did that, within a couple months, I decided, this money is going to be put towards my finances and pay off my student loans since, I have so much debt from grad school. And then it kind of turned in, I still am doing that, but I kind of use the money, we separate into certain things. So what my goal, I actually wrote it. Let me actually get it. Hold on. At one of the sessions in Summit, they had us write down our goals by Summit for next year. And I have it in the back of my notebook. So my goal, I said, was to pay for half of my wedding, because I'm sure I'm going to have a wedding next year at some point, with Beachbody. So I'm starting to save now to see if I can achieve that goal. Another cool thing I think I was sharing with someone today was my boyfriend is a huge Miami Dolphins fan, and they only come here about once every 5 years. And I was able to purchase front row tickets for him for his birthday and Christmas to see them, and they were a lot of money, and it was all from Beachbody. But that's not something I could have done, or even thought about before this. So my goal, big goal, like I said before, was to be a stay-at-home mom at some point, if I can, and not give that second thought of, oh, I have to go back to school in a couple weeks. I don't want to leave my baby. I don't want that. And I want my child to, grow up with me and not someone else. But that's my goal. And when I have someone laughing at me, because I had someone laugh at me the other night, when I say it to them, it drives me even more. Because when they say this whole Beachbody thing is going to end in a year, how do you know that? Do you know there's still millions of people that are overweight? So I don't use that negativity from people as discouragement. I use it as encouragement. So that's kind of my story in a nutshell. It's not really sappy like some coaches, but that's my story. I'm sticking to it. So what I want to do, since we have quite a few of you on this call. So looking into September, we're going to have a call on the 8th. Oh, I'm sorry, we're going to have one on the 1st. That's next week. We'll have one on the 8th. 15th, 22nd, and 29th. So what I want you guys to do, since there's 4 of you on this call, is each of you pick one of those nights, and then I'm going to message the other coaches and fill it in to see who wants to tell their story on those days. Okay, so Lauren, M, why don't you unmute yourself, and which one do you want to do, the 1st, 8th, 15th, or 22nd?
Sorry, I'm still getting used to the Lauren M. I'm like, Lauren R, what? It doesn't matter. I can do next week.
Okay. And then Lauren O. That's how I remember it because I rated it on like all over things.
I can't do the 15th because that's when we're closing on the house. I don't even think I'll be able to be on the call.
Okay.
But I can do the 22nd.
Okay. Jess.
Can I do the 15th?
Oh wait, I didn't hear you.
The 15th?
Oh wait, can the 2 of you unmute yourself so I can hear?
Oh.
Hold on, Jess.
Great.
Lauren O'Brien, can you
Can you hear
mute
me?
yourself?
Can you hear me?
Okay, now I can hear you, Jess.
You can hear me? Okay.
Yep.
The 15th. Can I do the 15th?
Yep.
Okay.
And then last but not least, Stevie.
What was the other one? Like the 8th or the
Or the
20th or
29th,
something
yep.
like that? The 9th? I can do the 9th.
29. It's the 8th or the 29th.
Okay, I'll do the 8th.
Okay. Perfect. I shouldn't say this. I'm not going to ask, does everyone feel comfortable doing this? Because you probably don't. But does everyone understand what to do? Give me a thumbs up for the 2 that I can see.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I also like listening to everyone's story. So I find it fun and enjoyable. So that's another positive. So that really finishes up, I think, everything that I have. I'm going to open up the floor to questions. Anyone?
I'm kind of finding, not that I'm running out of people because I have like 1,200 friends, which is awesome, but I'm finding like, and I kind of, I messaged you about it. I think it was on the Team Nova page or Team Revival page, but like running into people who've already talked to other people and like have already started these conversations, and now that I guess I just kind of feel like I'm running out of like that, the people I would feel comfortable kind of reaching out to. And so like I just messaged my sister's friend from high school, and it's totally out of my box. Do you have any, advice into like getting into that territory?
Close your eyes and press the send.
I did send it.
It's nerve-wracking. I still get nervous with people. I get nervous with sending messages to the popular people from high school. I get nervous with certain people, but what I always, go back to in my mind is I remember that if Laura never invited me, which I'm sure she felt the same way, I wouldn't be where I am, and I wouldn't have the confidence that I have now. We never know. We can't judge people on shape, size, money, looks. Like, we can't judge them on that because we don't know where they are in their life. So this could be something that she needs, and I always remember that. I know you had something else you posted about people that don't respond.
Yeah.
What I was trying to say is if I have someone that I message and said, like, my 3 forms today, only 2 of them replied, another one didn't. And I just said, hey, how are you? Or I asked a question like, if they just got married, I asked about where they're at the wedding. If they don't reply, I don't push it any farther. But if they ask me, and we've dug into the whole Beachbody thing, like if they ask me about 21 Day Fix and I gave them information, asked them a question, and they don't reply, I wait like 2 or 3 days, and then I'll say, hey, I haven't heard from you. What do you think? Or if we've given the whole money thing and it's like crickets because they're not responding, I say, hey, I've penciled you into our group. The spot is yours, but I want to know if you want to take it. Let me know either way. And usually I always get a reply from that. So that's also an option. I definitely still get the crickets and the people that don't reply. And you know what's funny? Like I had someone that I just formed with yesterday, and the last time I messaged her was last October, and she never replied to me then, but she replied to me today. So it could have been like they might have missed it, but they're going to come back up to your forming like group because I don't know if you're doing it the same way as me, but I go alphabetically under my friends group or my friends list. So they're going to come back up. Does that answer your question? Okay. Anyone else? No? Okie dokie. So I will end this call. If you have any questions or concerns, you can post them on our page or message me. Okay? I will see you later. Bye.